The Philippines today. Hello everyone. Joining us tonight is Dr. Celia Lamkin, founder and chairperson of the National Youth Movement for the West Philippine Sea. Good evening, Dr. Celia.
Good evening, Dr. Ray, and it's a pleasure and honor to be with your show or your program tonight. And good evening to everyone who are watching and listening to your program. Thank you.
Okay, let's start. What are your thoughts when it comes to the current situation of the West Philippine Sea, given the multilateral Balikatan program that is happening right now?
Okay, actually, with the current situation of the West Philippine Sea with China's aggression in the West Philippine Sea, I would say with the current Balikatan, of course, that is in English, it's like a shoulder to shoulder. That is under the Mutual Defense Treaty. That will actually improve our military capabilities and interoperability of the Philippines, and that signifies more of our ironclad alliance of the Philippines and the United States of America. So, with that situation, I would say that is a good one, and it is not a good one, but a better one, and that will actually help the peace, stability, and security in the Philippines, of course, in the West Philippines, in the rest of the region. Thank you.
Yeah, given the various concerns and complex move from the Chinese vessels, how important is the West Philippine Sea to the Filipino people today?
Well, actually, the West Philippine Sea, Dr. Ray, we know that we have, just for example, in the exclusive economic zone that is within the 200 nautical miles, all right, from the shore up to the 200 nautical miles, that's the exclusive economic zone. So we are very wealthy when it comes to the marine life, and we have the oil and gas, and that will improve the economic and development of of the Philippines, and of course every Filipino with all those resources. And we all know that the Filipinos should be the one enjoying all those wealth, the marine wealth and the oil and gas in our exclusive economic zone. And basically, of course, it will help the Philippines to have economic development as well. Thank you.
As an advocate of the West Philippine Sea, how can the government further strengthen its position given that China doesn't want to recognize the 2016 article ruling favorable to the Philippine government?
Dr. Ray, I would say proposals. I have talked to the mayor of Kalayaan municipality in Palawan. That's where the Pag-asa Island or the Tito Island is, right? So I actually proposed this in order to strengthen the position or the legal claims of the Philippines. Let's say, for example, let's take Pag-asa Island. Okay, Pag-asa Island is the only inhabited island in the Kalayaan Island group there in the West Philippine Sea. We call it the Spratly Islands under international name. So we should have all the civilians, those islands that are not inhabited yet, since Pag-asa Island is the only inhabited island in the Kalayaan Island group. We should put our kababayans there already, but of course it has something to be sustainable. So we should develop or build infrastructures over there, like for example, a potable water. They have their electricity, or not necessarily electricity, but we have all alternative source for energy, right? So those are the ones that we have to do it as soon as possible, I would say. As we all know that China is just only 12 nautical miles away from Pag-asa Island, because when they invaded, occupied, and militarized our subiri. Okay, in Filipino term, that's the Zamora Reef. So, meaning to say, China might even assert or even claim that Pag-asa Island is under their sovereignty. Because sovereignty, we're talking about 12 nautical miles. And the sovereign rights, we're talking about the 200 nautical miles, which is the exclusive economic zone, or the EEZ. So those are some of the ways that we can strengthen our legal claims in our own, I would say, territories. No, there is no dispute in the Pag-asa Island because under the arbitral tribunal that belongs to us. So there are other islands there, that the Patag Island, Lawak Island. Of course, I'm not gonna mention all those other islands within the Kalayaan Island group. We have to do something on this one. Of course, we're talking about the Ayungin Shoal, which is a part of the Kalayaan Island group also. And we have the military men at the BRP Sierra Madre there, right, in Ayungin Shoal. 4 years ago, during our webinars in the international, of course, the virtual international conferences, one of our experts, Captain Schuster, and even Dr. Carl Thayer of Australia, they propose to place all Sierra Madre, especially in the resupply issue. Other ways would be, let's provide our fishermen, whether they are in the Scarborough Shoal or our Kalayaan fishermen, or all fishermen in our West Philippine Sea, with big boats, fishing boats, so they can compete with the Chinese fishermen, and they won't be bullied by the Chinese Coast Guard and this Chinese fishermen. Just to let you know, Dr. Ray, we had our outreach. In Masinloc, Zambales, last March 23rd. And the testimonies of our and all know getting all our fish in the West Philippine Sea. There's overfishing, it's illegal, it's unreported illegal fishing. They're using cyanide poisoning in our West Philippine Sea. So what will happen to our marine life in the West Philippine Sea? Those are some of the proposals I would like the Philippine government to do in order to strengthen our legal claims, of course, in our West Philippine Sea. And not only that, I would say there should be a fast development of the Pag-asa Island. Right now, there are about more than 200 residents, civilian residents, and we all know we have military residents in Pag-asa Island. There should be more infrastructures in Pag-asa Island. Make that like a place for trade, for a business center, for international research center, marine research center, and many activities that can be done in Pag-asa Island. So I heard that the Philippine government will be pouring some kind of billions of pesos for the Kalayaan Island group, but it has to be done as soon as possible. Thank you, Dr. Ray.
Yeah, if President Marcos is listening with us right now, I mean, how should the government demonstrate its diplomatic relations with China given all these issues that surrounding the West Philippine Sea?
I would say if President Marcos is listening right now, I know you're asking for strengthening diplomatic ties with China. There should be some dialogue, or China should and must obey the arbitral ruling, of course, on July 12, 2016. But if China will not abide in that ruling, I would say is strengthening diplomatic ties will not be really possible. Because if you cannot trust China, especially now of what they're doing to us, how can we strengthen our diplomatic ties with China? That's my take on this one, Dr. Ray. We cannot trust China for what China's been doing to us. It's almost like on a daily basis that they are harassing our military men, destroying our vessels, by water cannoning. Our military men became temporarily blinded by their lasers, and of course they were injured by the water cannoning recently, and even our fishermen are being harassed by the water cannon and the rubber boats. For me, that is impossible to strengthen diplomatic ties with China. And this is the reason why, even the past, Dr. Ray, it is, we were even saying to boycott made in China. Why? Because, we are giving more money to China. I mean, to build more artificial islands in our own Philippine territories and militarize them, and to have all their military capabilities coming from where? Economically, we are helping China, right? So, and that is one way of probably giving sanctions, economic sanctions to China is better, I would say. Thank you.
Dr. Celia Lamkin, founder and chairperson of the National Youth Movement for the West Philippine Sea. Thank you for your time. Well appreciated.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ray. And it's an honor again to be invited in your program. And thank you so much for having me. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po kayo.
The Philippines Today. I am Dr. Reyron del Rosario. Catch us for our next episode only here in IPDCI News Channel.